Yo, what up, Thrawn Squad? So today we're going to try to be finishing the Yz250 build. As of right now, I have everything pretty much ready to go. I have everything for the most part polished out, except for a couple of little pieces that I have left over, which I'm going to go set up my bench grinder over there, and I'm going to get started. So let me time lapse you on polishing up the parts, then we're going to get this bike put back together. All right, so I got the triple clamps all polished up and thrown on here. I still have to wipe them down because there's a little bit of residue left over from the polishing process. But we installed them. We packed them super tight with grease. I haven't tightened this down yet because we do need to put the forks in here first. And right now, Alyssa is cleaning up the forks with acetone and getting all this sticker residue off that you guys can see. Oh wow, that came off nice. So I had the Kayaba front fork shocks stickers on here, or actually they were, yeah, Enzo Racing stickers. So we're getting those removed and getting them all cleaned up. So that way we can install the front forks on here. And then the rear swing arm, as you guys just saw, I polished it up. So that's gonna go on here. The rear subframe's gonna go on here. I have to change out the seat cover on the seat and get the rear swing arm on. The new rear shock that I got for this, because if you guys have been following this build since the beginning, the rear shock on this was blown. I bought a new rear shock, and everything on this bike is pretty much coming together. So now it's just the process of cleaning everything. All right, and front forks are on. Miss Fingers of Fury over here texting away. All right, so what do you guys think so far? I think this thing came out pretty nice. There was still some sticker glue residue left over, but we'll try to clean it again in a little bit. We'll let some acetone sit on there to try to get this off. I'm not even sure if it's even like sticker residue that's even left over, or if it's just because the stickers were on there for so long that it's like this part's super clean and this part's dirty and then this is the built up grime. We'll see if we can get it off, but overall, it's looking super nice. If you guys couldn't tell, this is where that sticker was for when it was last registered, which was years ago. And I got the 2022 sticker. This bike hadn't been registered in so long, it was actually out of the system. So the 2022 sticker is going to go on here. If you guys are watching it a couple years from now, it's 20 whatever year you think it is. Just kidding. But this bike is definitely coming a long way. We're getting a lot of work done. All right, let's keep going. All right, and it's a little hard to show, but I got some grease, wrapped it around here, packed the inside of where the bearings are, and I'm just gonna slide this back in and through. So that way, hopefully it greases everything. And I'm gonna wipe away the grease, all the excess away. And I'm gonna do both sides, repack everything. Also with the bolt that's gonna slide through the frame and the motor and the swing arm, I'm gonna have everything all lubed up. So that way the next person that has to take it off won't have to worry about it, or the next time I have to come take this off, I won't have to worry about it. By the way, guys, I greased this bolt up crazy. I use way more grease on everything. I also greased up where it goes, the bolt goes through the actual engine itself. So that way we have more grease than needed. But better to have too much grease than not enough grease. Okay, so grab this with both hands. And then put it right in here. And it's gonna... Sorry. There you go. Right in the place. Perfect. And then I'm gonna slide this in through here. You ready? Let me not do that. Let me turn it around. There we go. Set it down now. There we go. Finally almost have a dirt bike, huh? Mm-hmm. It's actually starting to look like a dirt bike now.
Yeah, it does.
What's next, babe?
I don't know.
I'm not putting the air box on right now because I need to mock some stuff up for the airbox for the new kit. So I'm just gonna put everything together real fast. I'm probably gonna build the airbox and then take this off and put it on and set it up. But for right now, I wanna get everything that I can put on the bike, so that way I can have this thing hopefully finished within the next couple days. I thought about powder coating this black, but I think I polished out most of it. I got some grease on here, but the rest of it I'm gonna have to go through with the Dremel. This took me a long time just to get to here. So I'm gonna have to come by and polish up all the little corners and bits with the Dremel that I couldn't get to. And it should look nice very soon. All right, so I'm gonna reinstall the bars real quick. And just like that, YouTube magic, the bars are on. Man, I should have just used YouTube magic on the whole bike. The thing would have been done already, you know? Could have just like stopped the camera, started the camera, the bike would have been done, and I would have had to do no work. So let's get back onto this. What I'm actually gonna do is I'm actually gonna put on the front fender, front number plate, the gas tank, and the side shrouds real fast. I know I still have to wire up the clutch and the throttle cable and everything, but I want to mock everything up real fast and see how it's going to look and how it's going to turn out. So most people have never seen this kit before, or I've probably never heard of it. It's from Artec MX. It says .us, but I ordered this from a company in Australia. So let's cut it open and let's check it out. See, I originally wanted blue, but they didn't have blue in stock. I guess blue is a pretty popular kit color. Then I thought, hey, well, I'll just get it in black. Well, black's obviously a pretty popular color, so the only color they had was white. So let's pull this kit out. So these are the side shrouds right here, and if you guys can't tell, it's got some carbon fiber pieces on here. It's pretty sweet looking. So I'll set that off to the side. And then it's got the number plates right here, which are freaking sick. This bike is gonna be completely different than any other Yz250 build that any of you guys have ever seen, and I can guarantee that. Look at this front fender, guys. This thing is so sick looking. And it looks like I'm gonna have to do some drilling on here to drill these holes out, but good thing I just bought some drill bits the other day. So these, oh, look at this. This is carbon fiber, guys. This is so sick. This is so sick. I'm like falling in love with this bike all over again now I look at the kit. The front number plate. This thing is just so sick looking. And here's the new gas tank. And this right here is what makes this kit so amazing in my opinion, because this is what transforms the whole bike. So you no longer have a blue tank with like those ugly looking shrouds. Just look at this thing right here. This thing is just a work of art. Look at that. That thing just looks so sick. This thing is just gonna be so awesome. I'm freaking excited again. I'm actually excited. I've been kind of on this bike in the back of my head like, man, there's so much stuff I have to do to this thing and so much stuff that still needs to get done. And it's kind of been taunting a little bit. I've been like kind of just dreading doing it. And especially because it's been so cold out here. But now that I'm getting back on it, I'm getting my motivation back. And I'm excited to get this thing going. So let's bear with me, guys. We're going to get this bike done and it's going to look sick. This thing is going to be probably one of the coolest Yz250s out there. I can guarantee that. And here we have it. I got the front end installed with the new plastics, and this is arguably by far the sickest freaking plastics you can get for this bike. This thing is insane. If you guys look at it, carbon fiber up top. It's not real carbon fiber, it's plastic, but it looks like carbon fiber. Or at least I think it's plastic. It might actually be real carbon fiber, but it looks freaking sick. This thing is freaking awesome. I got this side on. You guys can see everything fits. Nothing's hitting each other. The only thing I got to do is maybe bend my tab on my radiator so it fits better for when I push it down there. But none of this is mounted. This is just all mocked up, right now just to see what it's going to look like. This thing is going to be sick. Just take a look at that. Dang. So, while I was drilling the holes for the front fender, like an idiot, I was holding on to the side and drilling down and drilling towards my hand. And I freaking drilled a hole into my hand, or my finger right here, which was pretty freaking deep, which is why I have this little kid's band-aid, because we have them for Legend upstairs. But I thought there was a piece of metal in there. And it was just like, it looked black. So I was like, okay, well, let's get this out. But I was even thinking, well, I'm using these drill bits right here, and I doubt a piece of those broke off. I'm drilling white plastics. So what's this black thing in there? Well, I'm in there with Alyssa. We're fishing it out. We're using a pair of tweezers. And she grabs it, pulls it, boom. I get a freaking shot up to my head of pain. It was insane. I was like, nope, I think that's a tendon. So put some Neosporin on it, put a Band-Aid on it. It's all right. We're tough people. We ride dirt bikes. No big deal. I'm sure I'll be all right. But this thing just looks so sick. I'm just so excited for this thing to actually get going that I said, Band-Aid, keep going back to work. This bike needs to get finished real soon. All right, so it's pretty late, but I just couldn't sleep knowing that I have no idea what this bike is truly gonna look like. So I decided I'm gonna push through it. I'm gonna keep working. I'm gonna get as much done as I possibly can. I know I can't get everything completed because I'm actually missing one bolt for the shift link, or for the suspension linkage on the bottom. But at least I can get the suspension in here. I can get the airbags, get the airbox on, and we can get that seat put on and that rear fender on and the side number plates and everything. We can see what this kit's actually gonna look like on here. I'm gonna leave the tank to where I can pull it off because I still need to put brackets on it. I still need to put the petcock on it. I'm still gonna need to route the clutch lines down here. I'm still gonna need to route the throttle cables down under here. And of course, with everything, if you guys haven't been following on the channel or you haven't seen my other videos, I wire tucked all the wiring on this whole bike. So you can't see any wiring on here. So it's pretty freaking sick. It's all tucked up in here and it wraps around and connects in other places. There's not a lot of room up in there to work with everything on there. So I got very lucky because even as you look right here, this line right here just barely has any clearance underneath that gas tank that's going on there. So let's get to it. Like that. All right, so I got everything bolted up. Here are the new number plates, which I'm assuming just slide in nice and easy like every normal number plate, but with this kit, you never know what to expect. There's been a few things, obviously, that I've had to modify to make it fit correctly. So let's see. there's a orientation has to go in, so the bottom has to go in first. But oh my gosh, dude, tell me this thing doesn't look sick. Oh my gosh, this thing looks so sick. I don't even want to do it because that's the seat that was originally on here, but shoot, I guess I'll throw a seat on there just to see what it looks like. Oh my gosh, guys, this thing looks so friggin' sick. I feel so bad putting this seat on here just for a mock-up. This freaking seat cover is trash. I don't even know, is Boost Mobile even a thing? Let me know in the comment section below. But just check this bike out, guys. It's got such an aggressive front end, and it's just coming together so nice. This thing is gonna be so sick. I cannot wait to have this thing completed. But it looks so freaking sick. I don't know, I might just put the new seat cover on tonight just so I can see what it looks like. Alyssa just came down and asked me if I was okay because it's super cold out here. And I was like, yeah, do you see this? And she was like, oh, it looks amazing. And so I'm fired up. I can't wait to have this thing done. So I'm gonna get back to it and hopefully I'll get this seat done tonight. If I don't, it'll be in the next video. But this thing is looking freaking awesome. So with everything being new, I got my Polysport rear mudguard. Came with some spacers right here. And I'm gonna install that on the rear. And it should look pretty cool. I mean, it's gonna just give it a much cleaner look right here and just be much more fresh, especially with everything being brand new on here. Alright guys, so here's where I'm gonna end the video right here. The next video will be putting the seat cover on, buttoning up all the cables, getting all the front end put together, getting all the rear end put together, getting the carburetor put back on, running all the fuel lines, and all that good stuff. So make sure to smack that like button if you guys want to see this thing. It is coming together so well. I couldn't have even imagined it coming together any better. I mean, I guess I could because there are like little things that I find that still bug me, like down in here. It's just because I couldn't get it the exact same color as out here because I did the stupid sandpaper thing first, and I should have just went the other way and used the brass brushes on here, guys. If I would have used the brass brushes, I definitely would not have had like some color change in here. You can't really tell too much unless you're super close to it. But with me, I want everything to look perfect. This thing looks amazing though. I'm just so happy with the way it's all came out. And also, one thing I did do on this bike, which is pretty freaking cool, is most of the bolts I put in orientation on this side. So if you ever have to work on the bike or take it apart quick, you just like, everything's all on this side to get to, and then the nuts are all on the other side. So that may have been how it came OEM from the factory, but when I got this bike, it definitely wasn't like that. It's taken me 3 months so far to build this up here to the way it is. I just want to thank everyone who's been watching this video, everyone who hits the thumbs up button. You guys are the best. You guys are what's keeping me motivated and keeping me making YouTube videos, as well as just everything in general, you know, just motivating me to push for more content, make better stuff, make cooler things for you guys. And this was like my bike and I wasn't making YouTube videos, I probably would have just brought the plastic kit right here and just polished everything up and called it good. But the thing is I'm making these videos for you guys, so I wanted to just tear the whole entire bike down, tear the whole entire motor out, re-grease every linkage I possibly can, re-grease every single bolt that goes through anything, you know, such as through the motor casings, through the swing arm, you know, for the suspension, bushings, everything like that. In total, on this bike build, I'm gonna do a breakdown of everything I spent, but I mean, I'm into this bike like $4 grand, and trust me, I am not rich by any means. So this bike even happening for us is definitely like something that's pretty amazing, you know, and just like that I've been able to throw $4,000 into this bike, and none of that's because of YouTube, because I'm not making that much money on YouTube. I mean, I'm making enough to buy camera equipment and keep the channel going. So like we bought a drone, we bought a couple other things that's gonna be for some sick footage for when we go riding. But I'm sorry, I'm getting a little distracted here. But But yeah, so like none of this is no sponsors on anything. All this stuff I bought out of pocket. I mean, just the tubes, the, you know, like here and there bits and pieces, the powder coating, the plastics, and like the grips and the new rear shock that I had to buy, and the new rear brakes I had to buy because the rear brakes didn't work either, and all the other plastic and pieces. That was like almost $3,000. So this bike is definitely coming along. Everything's getting there, and I'm really excited to get this thing going, and I'm really excited for it to be riding. So stay tuned, because I believe the next video it'll be finished. So make sure to subscribe so you guys can see that video, and we'll see you next time. Remember, dream big, stay happy.